Mom, mommy, I'm coming. I'm sick. Oh. Seriously sick. Mm, I'm really sick. Ow. Sometimes, if you look at some certain things, you find out that it's life. There's nothing like time at all. Time doesn't exist. It's just a perspective. Perspective. Sometimes you feel it's real. That's why some people make money, some people don't. You're asking yourself some certain questions. Does time really exist? What I've come to find out that time don't really exist. It's just a perspective. It's just what human beings just kept for themselves to measure progress. Time. We just form time to measure progress. Nothing again. That's what we do. Time don't really exist. If you just think about it, day and night don't really exist. It's just it's just there. The world doesn't change, nothing change. It's just in a constant state. We human beings supposed to be in a constant state. It's just that we grow. It's just that we grow. We get old. So it's with time we use to measure our progress. If you look at it. But it doesn't really exist. We just brought it in. Time doesn't really exist. This world is nothing like day and night. It's just the we are the men. Let's say we are just like a planet, and all these things just revolve around us. What I found out, all these things just revolves around us. If you watch it, we for them to appear, we make it relevant. If you reason it, whatever that is relevant, you're the reason why that thing is relevant because you make it relevant. We make time relevant because we use it to measure, not that it is there. Just like your ruler. Imagine it just like ruler. You can just do anything you want to because of you want to measure something. You have a ruler and a meter to rule something. Not that all these things are just there because they are orbiting around us. We are the force that make them what they call it relevant. If we are not there, they are not relevant. Time is like a man who is growing. Some guys they got rich, they got money at their 20s, like 20. Like in their 20, they got rich, they got famous in their 20. Maybe let me don't use famous. They got rich, they built a house in their 20, and somebody got rich in their 50s. They built a house in their 50s. And another person got rich in their 60s and they built a house in their 60s. And in this, okay, imagine those two people, these three people now in the same scenario. First person got rich in their 20s and he built his house in his 20s. The person that got rich in their 50s will start saying, why is it that this particular person is rich in his 20s while me I'm not rich in my 20s? Not knowing that, okay, this person is giving himself illusion of this is supposed to be my time. Well, I call it time is just like an illusion. We use it to, it doesn't really mean, there's nothing like time, it doesn't really mean, because if we use it that way, because of the illusion of time, this person that is in 50s might put his hand into something and then end up, thank you, then ends up making mistake because of the illusion of time. You end up making mistake because of the illusion of time. You're following time, forgetting that time is perspective. It doesn't really, it doesn't really exist. Time doesn't really exist because everything is in constant state. Everything, okay, let's use about Einstein's theory of time. If you look at Albert Einstein says, if you're traveling at a speed of light at 99.9% speed of light out of the earth, maybe traveling out of the earth, and and you travel for like, call it 10 days or 1 month, for 1 month at the speed of light, then when you be returning back to earth, you find out that you have spent, let's call it amount of, on earth, like you spent 1 month traveling out of the earth in with speed of light at 99.9. You find out before you come back, maybe it has passed about 10 years on earth, whereas where you traveled is at the speed of light for just 1 month, but coming back you find out that 10 years has already gone. You understand? So this thing is making it look like, is making it look that time is a perspective that everyone, it is, let's say, it is different in everybody's life, so it doesn't really exist because your own time is different from another person's time. It's different from another person's time. Everybody has his own perspective, but we just put those things to orbit us to use it to measure, because normally humans, we supposed to, we are not supposed to die normally. Like from the creation, human beings are not supposed to die. We're supposed to not age. From the origin, we humans, we are not supposed to die. We are not supposed to age. And maybe due to some certain things that came up that made man started aging and started dying, we're supposed to live in a state of constancy. Just like the way the spirits they live in a state of constancy. The soul doesn't know if it's old or young. Your soul doesn't know if it's old or young. It always live in a state of constancy. So we human beings, we if you look at the, let's say, in the other rim, you find out that in those rim there is nothing like time. Those rim that is perpendicularly to our own, to our rim, there is no state. Okay, let me give you an example. In a dream, exactly, like for example, in the dream, you find out that in your dream, you're spending a time there that you find out so many things happen in your dream. In your dream, you have so many things that do happen in your dream that normally, if it happens in the real life, it should take, let's say, 1 year, 2 years for those things to happen. But in your dream, it happens, it just happens. It just happens. You can't say, okay, somebody will say, I was in a dream. I stayed 3 hours. Then they started chasing us. Then I stayed 2 days. The next day, this bicycle. I saw myself in this particular place. Or I saw myself in the other place. No, it doesn't happen that way. If you look at it, it doesn't happen that way. So this rim is perpendicularly to our own original rim. This particular rim. Let's just call this particular rim, which are human. You find out that your own time, which I assume to be illusional, if you look at all these Hindu something, they call it is illusional. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Rather, it's perspective. It's something we form in our head. It's something a man, okay, who brought that time? Somebody created clock, isn't it? A physician, somebody that is physics, a scientist created clock, and then use it to measure. Use it to measure. And we now use the sun and the moon to measure. These are instruments we use to measure. But normally the earth is just the whole sense of time is constant. We are in a constant state. The only thing that is different is that we rotate, our earth rotate, but we are in a constant state, and our body needs sleep and waking up to do re-energize. But if we remove those things out, we find out that there is nothing like time, and the progress we chase makes us have this kind of illusion of time. Imagine a man who purge himself of the want of this world. Just imagine a man that purge himself of the want of this world, the wealth, everything. Just, okay, let's say, become more spiritually conscious. You find out that you're not bothered of time at that state. You don't know, you're not bothered whether your classmates are buying Benz, building house, are doing this. You are just only what you want is eat your food, sleep, go to your work, come back. You are not looking at time. What you do, you just only progress. What we do is progress. There's nothing like time. Because the illusion of time makes us do things that we are not supposed to do. If we think about it, just reason it down, reason it. They say sense is reasoning, words are reasoning. You reason it. The illusion of time makes us do things that we don't want to do. Things that are not making sense, things that are illegal. The illusion of time makes us do that. But when we think, put our mind in a perspective of progress is different from time. Move from one level to the other, move from one level to the other. When you're looking at progress, progress doesn't look at time. You only It doesn't look at time. Time always come only when they want to measure it. You understand? Time always come when you want to measure progress. But if you put progress and you take away time, you find out that you won't be, let's say, tense. You won't be you won't be eager to do things that are not making sense, wrongful things, wrongful decisions. You will not be intense that much. If you remove time, leave only progress. I found out that in something I've practicalized. Take away time. Don't say by so year I'm supposed to buy a house. By so year, just walk towards it. Take away the illusion of time. You will get what you want. So when we when I calm down, I check some certain research, some certain tests, some certain religion, some certain thing, because I had to even study a religion that I never believe I'm going to study, just to find out this thing. And I found out that even the Christian religion and other religion and maybe all these occultic something, they they also align somehow. They are telling the truth. No matter how somebody is bad in a certain way, they are going to tell you the truth. There's an atom of truth in some certain things that reconnect to each other. I took my time to check it. I found out that we we are like the sun. Then these other things orbit around us. Money, time, stress, that is whatever that is in events. Something becomes relevant only when you want it to be relevant. That is its perspective, the illusion of time. Something becomes relevant only when you want it to become relevant. You understand? This is it orbiting around us. So, if you look at it that way, if you understand it that way, you understand the ability of, when they say, okay, this thing that they always say, uh, making something, how will I put it, making something become real, making something coming out, manifestation, not the other type of manifestation we're talking about. So, manifestation is like also, is like, how will I put it, is also like, let's say, putting it a similarly to illusion, similar to illusion. Manifestation is similar to illusion, but is like bringing, just as I said, we human beings, we're supposed to live forever. Things orbit around us. Everything orbits around us. We are not in those things, rather we are outside it. Just like God. Just look at the way God is. God is outside space and time. He controls space and time. Likewise, we human beings, if it's not because we fell, because of the sins of Adam and Eve by betraying God and the rest, we should be in that state. But somehow we are in that state. It's just that time used the illusion to cover our eyes. You understand? Time. Use the illusion to cover our eyes. That's why, if you look at it, manifestation, you can say manifestation of the mind. Manifestation can go a long way by saying, um, I want I want to buy a clothes today. You just say, I want to buy a clothes today. Out of manifestation. That is a kind of you trying to bring that thing out of you. And before you know, you take your bath and you go out and you go and buy that clothes. You brought in what is inside your mind out to the physical, yeah, by purchasing that clothes. That is like you manifest manifesting that thing you want. There are other ways of manifestation. I don't want to go into that spiritual realm of manifestation. No. I want to use it as a physical something because this is something we all are seeing every day. You have another thing that manifestation looks like when you a kind of hope. You say Chelsea will beat Barca. Mostly people who play bet, you might call it luck, but it's not like luck. It's still the illusion, but not in that way. You might come out and say, these people will do this. And at the end of the day, those people did that thing. It's still that thing. It's something that, like, I came to find out that this illusion of time makes me understand that everything has been preordained. Like, everything has happened already. The only thing we are using that makes us relevant, that makes us is our choice. Nothing again. I'm trying to, nothing again. Everything in this world has happened. Check it in your dream. Sometimes people dream and they somebody say that they had an accident in a dream, and before you know, maybe he did not do anything, and before you know, he had the accident and the person died. They say somebody died, and before you know, the person has died. These things, like our life has already been planned, been set. This is how we are going to go. The only things that shift our course is our choice. For example, when the fall of Adam happened, every man, Adam and Eve happened, every man, every human being is destined to go to hell. Is destined to go to hell, no matter how you do it. If you check the first before the flood, check before the flood. I'm coming to time. This is time I'm talking about. If you check the flood, everybody was destroyed except Noah and only 4 people that survived and some animal. Everyone, that thing made you to understand that everything has been preordained. Everyone is meant to go to hell. If not, the only thing we that makes us relevant, that saves us, that is what makes you a human being. That's what makes you a human being, an intelligent human being. It's your choice. I'm just using that time for something. This whole life has been preordained. It's our choice that makes us that say you're not going to hell, you're going to heaven. That's why somebody asked me one certain time, if God is omniscience, he knows the beginning to the end. I say yes. I answer the person yes. You see, then why is it that we are now bothered of going go to church, do this one, do that one. If he knows that this person is going to hell, this person, I say no. Look, I, I I was trying to make him understand timing. The only thing we have to counter everything in this universe is our choice. That's the power that we have. That's the advantage we have over the universe. And that is what makes us relevant in this universe. There is nothing again. The difference between me and the next person is my choice. I just want you to think about it. Think about it. Relating to this time of 18 I'm talking about, the only thing that differentiates you and your brother and your sister is not even the look, it's not even the this thing, it's not even how he talks, it's not even how he looks, how his leg is. No, it's your choice. Your choice is different from his choice. You understand? My choice is different from your choice. That is what is making time. Why? We still bring in the illusion of time and choice together, and it's making a difference. It's making a difference. If you capitalize it that way, we all are in a constant state, and time and other things orbit around us. Orbits around us. We are like a full universe. Like I've not used a full universe, but we are like the sun and the planets. Everything orbits around us. It's just like, use it as an example. In my life, so many things are going on in my life. Just as an example, somebody is saying so many things are going on in my life. I don't have this one, came up, that one came up. You are in a constant state, but these events are going around in your life. To change your life, you need to make a choice. Think of it. For you to change your life, you need to change your choice. Changing your choice, your behavior, the way you do, people you meet, where you go, every other thing, the way you are now going to wake up, if you're waking up this one, how you're going to walk, all of them. All these things are choice. Choice. That is the only relevant thing in this world. Not even time. Choice. Boosting progress. Understand it. Choice boosts progress. It's your choice that will make you know if if you're going down, if you're going up, if you're prosperous, if you're not. That's it. There's nothing again. This world, the only relevant thing that, let's say, that is not an illusion, that is not a capital illusion on this planet Earth, is choice. The rest, both time, the rest, the blah blah blah, they are all rubbish, because it's the choice. Even after we leave this planet Earth, die, is the choice that will still remain relevant even in the next dimension. Think about it. It's the only choice that will remain relevant in the other dimension. If the one that is okay, they say they have the Astra rim, blah 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 rim, but the Astra rim, fine. We have choices, a little bit choices there, but when we leave our body, that's why I say the only thing that makes that is always constant is the soul. The soul remains how it is. Whether you're old or you're young, the soul remains how it is. It doesn't change. Time doesn't affect the soul. The only thing that affects the soul is choice. No, calm down and think. The only thing that affects the soul is choice. That one is not even an illusion. It's never, it has never been an illusion. It has never. No matter how you think about it, your choice shapes you, not time. Oh God. Your choice shapes you. Your choice matters. It's just accompanying with time. With time is the ruler we use to make the progress of our choice, what the effect of our choice. The result of our choice. You understand? So when it's like, okay, I want to take you back to a scripture where God say, his time and that the 1,000 years is a day in his eyes. It's a kind of him explaining that time is an illusion. Time has never existed. We are the ones that just manufacture time and we use it to push ourselves. So there's a lot. There's a lot, man. Let nobody get deceived. We are in this game. If we fall, we know it's by our choices. Our choices made us fall. If we stand, it's by our choices. And every choice matters, not time. Because the choice we take affects our soul. The time we waste doesn't affect it. That's why somebody can get rich at 20 and another person get rich at 40. That shows that time doesn't really count. And when you get rich at, okay, just imagine. Some people say, okay, imagine this time when people are playing bets. You play, you waste, let's say, 1,000, and maybe you now win. You now play the next one now. You now make 1,001 or 2,000. You start separating, say, have win, have win, have win, have win. But you're forgotten the 1,000 that has. But because look, when past goes away, the future, the future event compensates the past. That shows that time is just an illusion. Somebody will be rich at, will struggle. He's made to make it around 20, 30, 40, and you get to 50. That's when he makes his own. And before you know, he forgets about how many years of suffering in one event that happened in his life that changed his life. Those years of suffering will be trashed away. The only thing that he will only have, do you know what we only have? Is our memory. Our memory of what? The choices we made, how it affected us. The choices others made, how it affected us. Those are the only memory we have. We not even have the memory of how the thing happened and the rest. So that's it, bro. Let's keep on kicking it. You just need to understand the universe so that you can go with it. You don't need to you don't need to be sleeping around time. Time or beats around you. Time or beats around you. You are the main thing, you're the relevant thing. The only thing you have in this world is your choice. Any other thing, nothing. Choice. Your choice facilitate your progress. Understand this. Be safe. Be safe.